All right, guys, welcome back to Mr. Post Frame. Today is going to be a Christmas tour of our own personal home. We've had a pretty good last couple weeks.
This is our third Christmas that we're spending in our Barndominium. The first one, do you remember, we put up the scaffolding and it never left the living room.
Yeah.
It sat next to the tree the entire time because we were just so excited to have the Christmas tree up. Our house wasn't finished. Last year, we definitely dove into things and really celebrated and decorated a lot, but then this year we were asked to be part of a Christmas home tour as a fundraiser for one of our local organizations, C.R.I.S.P. We ended up selling over 700 tickets to that event. We probably had close to 500 people come through our home.
It was crazy.
In a single day. And so because of that, we just went all out for this home tour, and we're excited to show you around.
That being said, I guess I'm just going to let Emily kind of show you around because I'm just gonna be honest, she did most of the decorating. I did put up the Christmas tree, but that's about it. So if you wanna go ahead and take everybody around and show them, that'd be cool.
Awesome. All right, so we're making our first stop at the main tree of the home. Our ceilings in this living room are 18 feet, and this tree behind me is 16 feet tall. It is a slim tree, which if you're looking to put a really large tree in your living room, this might be a perfect option for you. We go with unlit trees because we don't want to deal with the lights going out and having to figure out how to cut them out of the tree. So it does take us a little bit extra time to put these up. I do want to note, so this tree is meant to be the focal point. Because of this Christmas tour, I had a friend who she's a professional tree decorator, and she volunteered to help me. She put this entire tree up all by herself with the scaffolding, all the decor on it. She did an amazing job. I was actually her 41st client of the season when she put this tree up for us. So I think that's pretty cool, but let's check out some more. The tree in our dining room was something that I added sort of last minute. We've never had a flock tree, and I was really excited to find a good deal on this one. We took some ornaments from one of our local stores. We also got some stuff from Hobby Lobby and things like that, but I did this tree all on my own, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with how it turned out. One of the things that I've looked forward to most now that we live in our finished Barndominium is setting the table for each season. Christmas is no exception. I went all out with the table decor, and I love to mix vintage items with new items, so I don't revamp it every single year. I make sure that we keep the things that we've used year after year in the tablescape, and I think it turned out really beautiful. Here in our kitchen, I did not want to leave this untouched. We spend so much time in our kitchen, so I wanted it to be decorated for the holidays. You can see over here, I mixed in a lot of our vintage items that we have. Some of these items, they have been passed down from my grandparents, and so that makes them very special to be able to include them in my home. And then we also have some arrangements around the house that one of our new friends from Cedar Shake Farms, they're a local farm here in Winterset. She provided those to us for the tour, and I think that those are just gorgeous, and they add such a nice touch with the greenery. The mantle might be the all-time favorite thing that I put up every single year because of the story behind it. When I was in college, 19 years ago this Christmas, my friend Brittany and we went to Hobby Lobby, and we both bought the same garland and some of the sprigs that you see behind me. And year after year, for the last 19 years, we've both used it in our homes. And so every single time that I pull this out of the box, I smile and I think about one of my dearest friends, and that's what makes this so special to me. We headed upstairs to check out what's here in the loft. This is another one of our trees. It's just a very simple pencil tree. I think my mother gave it to me a few years ago because she didn't need it any longer. And I decided to put some of my grandparents' vintage ornaments. So you can imagine that these are decades and decades old, and they really add a nice soft touch to it. We have some girls in our house, and so we came up with a plan to put the calico critters on display and make their homes festive for the holidays as well. this is definitely a special tree. In the past, I've never done themed trees. I've always used our personal ornaments, but obviously you see this year we've changed that up. So we had to make sure that we had a tree for all of the special ornaments. I grew up getting an ornament every single year to put on the tree, and then I've kept that tradition alive with our children. They get to choose something that means something to them or reflects something that they've done in the past year. And so that's what this tree is all about. It's just my kids and everything that they love. And under this tree, we added some of Paul's vintage trucks from when he was a child. They might even be from when his dad was a child. So we really wanted to incorporate those into the design. And one small touch throughout the house is that between my grandparents and my parents, they gave me all of these tea light holders. And so I remember having these in our home growing up. We didn't have a ton of money, we didn't have a ton of decor, but those were always something that were really special to have out during the holidays. I have been really surprised at just how much I've loved decorating for especially the Christmas holiday since moving into our finished Barndominium. It's been something that's really solidified the fact that we got this project done. There was so much time that we spent we lived in the garage, we lived in houses that were under construction. So to be able to really feel like we can settle in has been one of the most rewarding parts of this process. And as you finish up your Barndominium or you go into that season of life, I would just encourage you, don't feel like you have to start over with everything new. As you can see throughout my home, we've got little touches of decor throughout all of our kids' rooms, the bathrooms, and every place in the house. And so much of it is actually been passed down from my grandparents, from Paul's parents, from my parents. And that makes everything really special. And year after year, we've also used things so that we have our own memories attached to them. And it's fun to put those things up year after year. And then we do sprinkle in some new stuff, which you've obviously seen, but we're going to create more memories, and then next year we'll be able to reflect back on those.
So that's going to be a wrap on the Christmas tour. We are super excited to be at this point in our self-build journey, and kind of our whole business has been set up to help you guys build your dream. So a couple ways we can help you. I'll let Emily talk about those.
Sure. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our content. You can join our Patreon group, which is a growing community of people that are looking to do something similar. We help them out so much every single week and every single month with our lives and our chats. And
our design.
Yeah, our design.
I can't forget about that.
Yeah. And if you're looking to start designing your Barndominium, we're the place to come to. So we can really help you out and get you great plans to help you build your dream. And we wanted to wish everybody a happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.